So I'd like to tell you a true story that I'm making up, but it's true. And that is when I was a TWA flight attendant. We called ourselves Travel with Angels. I was a TWA flight attendant, and I was working in first class, and it was a very fine flight because in the ambassador section, or the second section back, was Stevie Wonder. And Stevie Wonder came up with his helper to use the first class toilet. And I was working in first class, so Stevie Wonder was using my bathroom where I was, and I was pretty happy about that. And so when he came out of the bathroom, I was really excited to see Stevie Wonder. And so I went over to him and I said, "Mr. Wonder, my name is Shelley, and I just think you are the greatest. You are just so terrific, and I'm just so thrilled that you're here." And he said, "Well, thank you very much. And sweet of you." And then he went back to his zone, which was the next section back, and then his helper came up to use the bathroom. And then I had this idea. Now, I know that you all have ideas. Well, this idea was big for me. I thought it would be a great idea to give Stevie Wonder a copy of my first book. I'd just written it. And the book was called Insides Out. It was poetry. And I thought Stevie would love to read my book. And so when his helper came out of the bathroom, I said to the helper, I said, "I wrote this book, and it's called Insides Out, and I know Mr. Wonder would enjoy it, and would you be kind enough to give it to him?" "Well, certainly." So he went to the second cabin and came back a little bit later, and he said, "Shelley, Mr. Wonder is very grateful that you gave him your book. And he'd like very much for you to come to his concert as his guest this weekend. And also, he's asked that you please come and sit with him. He'd like to talk to you." So I went back to the other zone, sat down next to Stevie Wonder, and he said, "Shelley, I really appreciate that you gave me your book, and I'm going to have my assistant read some of it to me, but I think since it's poetry, maybe I could turn one of your poems into a song." I said, "Oh, that would be nice." He says, "Have you ever written a song?" And this is when I had another great idea. I said, "Yes, I've written 17 songs." He said, "Really? Why don't you sing one to me?" Now, you have to know, I've written some very nice, sweet songs. But there was only one song that came to mind in that very moment in time. And so I said, "Yes, I wrote a song. It's called The Dating Game Reject." And he said, "Sing it." And I did. "I woke up this morning and there you was gone. Your butt's in the ashtray, but you left at dawn. Oh, love 'em and leave them, they're all the same. You hurt me real bad, mister. What was your name?" "I should have known better when I met you last night, but I just had my nails done and my bra was too tight. I should have sent something when you said howdy do. Spilled your martini and tripped on my shoe." I looked over at Stevie. He was turning away from me, shaking ever so slightly, trying in his own way to look out the window. "I woke up this morning, but there you was gone. Your butt's in the ashtray, but you moved along. Oh, love 'em and leave 'em, they're all the same. You hurt me real bad, mister. What was your name?" "My, you have muscular legs," you said. Now let's cut this small talk and jump into bed. He was hairy and drunk and smelled pretty bad. And I knew I could love you. You're so much like my dad. Stevie was almost crying. He was clutching the window. I woke up this morning, but there you was gone. Your butt's in my ashtray, but you left at dawn. Oh, love all man, leave 'em, the blimps going by. And then, your rotten imitation, a dirty, low-down fake. You stayed to lick my frosting and left and took the cake. Stevie said nothing. And I got up and walked back to first class. I never got the darn tickets.